In this moment, years of diplomatic work to build a relationship between Britain and Libya were undone. Libyan leader Colonel Gaddafi honours the Lockerbie bomber with a warm greeting. This public display was designed to send a strong message to London and Washington. It was precisely the opposite of the low-key reception Downing Street had requested. Posing with members of Megrahi's family on Libyan state television, the dictator made some controversial thank yous. He thanks his friend Prime Minister Brown, Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Andrew, who he says all contributed to encouraging the Scottish government to take its historic and courageous decision. That will incense those who believe trade relations were at the heart of the decision to release Mr al-Megrahi, claims made by Gaddafi's son Saif al-Islam and vehemently denied by the Foreign Office in London, who say such a suggestion is a slur on the government. Megrahi too has given his first interview. In it, he promises to exonerate himself, saying, "My message to the British and Scottish communities is that I will put out the evidence and ask them to be the jury." And he makes a plea to the families to accept it, adding, "They believe I'm guilty, which in reality I'm not. One day the truth won't be hiding as it is now." This is where the man convicted of the Lockerbie bombing is now spending his freedom after years in Europe's prisons. No guards, no house arrest, just plenty of friends and family visiting their sick celebrity relative. It's a stark contrast to al-Megrahi's last 8 years of isolation and confinement in Scotland. No wire fencing here, just walls bedecked with decorations to celebrate his arrival. But as Mr al-Megrahi settles back into his comfortable home life, discomfort is growing in London. There are calls for the Prime Minister to be transparent about the nature of talks between Britain and Libya in the run-up to Megrahi's release. And as Anglo-Libyan relations deteriorate, the normally close relationship between Britain and America is being eroded too. Releasing Megrahi may have been a Scottish decision, but it's having serious diplomatic ramifications. The sentiment from disgruntled officials in Washington to their London counterparts is likely to be, "We told you so." Ursulla Errington, Sky News, Westminster.